Are we ready for this week's or this month's monthly stats?
Yay!
What's going on, everybody? Pete
Wow.
Canlara here with the rest of the RE Solutions team. And today we're doing the monthly stats for the month of April to see what the market has changed since the last year.
It's been interesting.
Spoiler alert, not much. So, anyway, let's just get right into it. So, let's see.
Oh, no intro?
No intro today?
No intro? You want an intro?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Oh,
We'll be right
okay.
back.
We'll be right back. I gotta find the intro. See, just like that. So,
But that's a good
I gotta
transition.
fix that.
That's
Right,
good.
So, anyway, we're back, and I guess we're doing the whole intro. So, what's going on, everybody? My name is Pete. We have Denise, Pompey, and Belinda here. We are RE Solutions. We are a residential real estate and property management company that loves to help and educate and help people find solutions for all of their real estate needs. And we do that by doing this Tidbit Thursday and other seminars, which we'll talk about a little bit more later on. But today we're covering monthly stats.
Yes.
Are we good to go?
Which I am a numbers person, so I kind of really like seeing what is happening with the numbers. But why do we do monthly stats, Pete?
Why? I don't know. Why are you putting me on the spot? We do monthly stats so that we can help educate the individuals on what's going on in the market.
Because things can shift within a month, within 3 months, 6 months, so yes.
Things change all the time.
They do.
So
it can happen quickly.
Yes.
Especially now in this, with all the rates going up, we know that things may change. So you want to be on top of it.
So we're talking about April's monthly stats. Obviously, we're in mid-May, but I think a lot of things are going to change when it comes to the May stats. So be on the lookout for that.
I don't know that we're going to see it right away.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some change.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
There is going to be some changes that are going to happen in the market, but I don't think we're going to see the numbers reflect that change right away. Not as quickly as we did when the rates dropped. Because then when the rates dropped, everybody was like, let's
well,
get
we
on
will
this.
see.
I think we felt a little bit of a shift already.
I think so.
Well, I thought
I think it's happening slowly.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Let's get into
Let's
the
get
stats.
to the numbers.
But since they want to see transitions. And here we go with the
I like
stats.
it.
All right. So who's going to take on the first stat?
All right, so I'm sitting on the end. I'll grab that one. So the total active listings for April of 2022 were 4,268. So that was down from last year's of 4,417. But I'm curious to know what it was compared to the month before.
It was
Before,
3.
like,
it
the
was a
last month?
3% too.
Yeah.
It's like about
Yeah, it was
It's
3%.
been
3%.
it's
it was
been
like
a decline.
3,800 or something like that.
I think people are just kind of sitting still right now because of what's happening with the rates and the lack of inventory. People are like, well, you know what? I'm just not even going to bother selling because I have no place
That's
to
why I
live.
said that it's going to change.
There's a lot of apprehension,
Yes.
a lot of uncertainty, and the media definitely isn't helping with
I
that.
know, right?
But it's been
Fake
3
news.
But it's been 3% for the last
Scoot in,
few
Belinda.
months.
You're getting cut off there.
For the last for a while now. So
Yeah.
it's on par for
It's kind of
what is it? COVID time. Next.
New listings.
New listings. So we've had 4,376 listings. So that's gone up by 2%. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the start of the summer months.
Right.
So more people
But that's
putting their
from last year.
listings on the
2% more.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
exactly.
I need it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
All righty. Average price. So, $185 per square foot. That's the average. up 23%. We just, these
From last
numbers just keep it used to, again, I think the 20% is the new average right now. It used to be 6 to 12. But just with the low inventories, this is just the new,
That's what it is.
The
I
new
think we're going to
dynamics.
see this number stall a little bit
hopefully.
coming over the next
Yeah.
couple months with the interest rates because
I
people
agree.
are getting pushed out of their loans.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
but
So,
I'm hoping we see this number stall a little bit on a personal
yeah.
note.
Yep.
And we are seeing because I think some of the listings that we've been putting on in the last year, we're like, hey, if you want to start at the high end,
Mm-hmm.
and we were seeing multiples, but now we're starting to see that shift that people who are putting it at the high end, it's starting to sit a little bit,
A
and
little
we
bit.
have to go back to that whole, hey, let's go back to the old, let's start at the average.
Mhm.
You know, even at the
Yeah.
high end, people are still receiving offers. You know,
Mhm.
even we've received offers. It just hasn't been
Like
As
the-
many.
like
the
20.
crazy amount
Yeah.
that we were last year, but
Yeah.
it's still there.
Yes.
Okay.
Days on market.
That's you.
That's
That's
me.
you.
Days on market. So we are sitting at 18 days on market. So it's a decrease of 14%
Oh, wow.
from time last year, which is kind of crazy for
Yeah.
the sales side to have 18 days of on market.
That's
Especially
still
when-
just so fast.
Yeah, especially when you're counting pending days and all that in there too
Mhm.
as well. So yeah, they're not staying on the market very long. Obviously, properties are still getting multiple offers, depending on the price, of course. But properties are still getting multiple offers, and houses are selling. So
Mhm.
they're going pretty fast.
All right.
Total sales.
You.
So back to me. So the total sales for April was 3,207, which was down a little bit from last year of 3,600. Again, I think that has to do with just the amount of homes on the market. Not that things sat there or people are not buying. It's just
That's still
Yeah.
amazing
Yes.
because you're still telling me before it was 3,400 homes on the market, 3,200 sold.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 18 days or less.
In
on
18
average.
days or less. Craziness. And look,
Hey,
we're
that-
going up.
You're
That's a
going
positive,
up.
though.
Yeah.
That's a
We went 0.1. Because how much was it last
0.2.
month?
No, one.
It was
one.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we went
Woo-hoo.
up 0.2.
We
Percent.
gained 0.2.
I think when we
inventory.
see 2%, we're going to cheer. Yay!
But you know what I've noticed when I'm doing searches is I'm seeing more new builds
Yeah,
advertised
I
on
was
MLS.
going to say that's
So I
all the
wonder
new
if that's
builds.
our
Thank you, new builds.
is that our point two? Is thanks to new builds?
Yeah. Thanks to new builds. They're out there working on the weekends, building them houses. Bob the builders.
And I know we have a whole bunch of clients getting new builds. People just,
They don't want to fight.
well, that
Yeah.
and they have time in their leases. So
Mhm.
we're like, hey, if you got 6 months, new
Planned
build is the way to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
Because
So
they had great agents to help them plan appropriately.
That's right. So if you're thinking about a new build, you still need an agent.
you still need an agent.
Okay.
Oh.
You want to do this one?
No, you go ahead. It just hurt my soul. Like,
So we're talking about average and median. So remember that average is they take all of the sales, add them all up, divide it, and you get your average price. Okay. I like to look at the median price because to me that's more reflective. It's more accurate to what's really going on in the market. So your average price is almost 390,000 last year. No,
This year.
last
This
year was
year.
326, and this year's 390. That's and yes, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing a whole
Yeah.
bunch of properties being listed at the high 300s. Now pushing 4s, but I think with the market slowing down, it's probably going to stay right there. Your median price is 324. That price, I would say, is the price that you are going to be fighting at. Those are the multiple
yes.
offer properties.
Yes.
Last year was 270. That's crazy.
It is.
So both up about 20%. Okay. So yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of properties now just being listed at that high 390. And that's where the market is right now. But
And I think we might have maybe like a 10 to 15 grand.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's gonna we'll play this video in about 6 months again.
Yeah.
But I think
See the predictions.
I think the prediction will be is we have about 10 to 15 grand worth of growth, and then we might kind of come back to the 380-90.
Maybe. I
Does
think
that
so.
make sense? We're
I
going to
think
go up
so.
a little bit during the summer months.
Mm-hmm.
Those interest rates are going to continue to climb, and it's finally going to get to a point where people are going to stall, and that 10 to 15 grand over this 380 is going to bring it right back down.
You know, with the interest rates, I think we need to help people keep it in perspective because
Mhm.
they're comparing it to the 2% that
And-
we never saw in our lifetime.
Yeah.
And they
And-
cannot.
They're going back to normal.
Yes.
they're
Yeah,
normal.
everybody's
interest
scared
rates.
because they think, oh, it's getting so high. No, it's going back to
It's
normal.
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 It's normal
It's
interest rate.
normalizing. Yeah.
And it is a sticker, shock for people who grew up in San Antonio to see prices like this.
Mhm.
But we are, we're a very fast growing city, and this is the norm around the nation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next slide, we're going to start talking about rentals.
Rentals.
Rentals. So this, not this month, April, there was 1,324 rentals that were rented out, an increase of 14% from 1,161 last year. Yeah, rentals are, especially now, since the rates are going up and some
Taxes
people are
going up
hesitant.
and
Yeah, some people are a little hesitant in actually buying.
Mhm.
A lot of people are back on renting. So
Mhm.
you know what else
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of though happening in San Antonio is these big national companies
yes,
are purchasing homes and then turning them into rentals and
yes,
I've seen that a little
top
too
price.
much.
yes.
Actually,
like-
it's
prices. I'm like, what? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We'll see.
average price per square foot has gone up to $1.06.
You skip
Oh, going
I
back
thought
to
Belinda
that.
was
That's okay.
was
No,
a-
I
going
was
backwards.
sharing a observation that I had
Okay.
made.
but it was a very valid observation. It's a little scary, I think, to an extent that we're not seeing small investors doing it. We're seeing big box corporations and megalodon companies buying out these homes, and I'm like,
Megalodon.
That's a good word.
That's a big word.
Yeah.
so. But nonetheless, yeah, price per square foot's gone up 16%.
I've seen that too. I've been helping a lot of renters lately, so I've seen that. I saw it dip last month, and it's like, okay, jump on it, and then all of a sudden, those price changes are going.
Yeah.
It's like I tell people now, when it happens with the price change in the past, it used to be, oh, they were reducing the price. Not anymore.
No.
Sometimes they're reducing it. Sometimes they're increasing
Like we
it.
were
You'll see price change.
talking to Pompey yesterday because we have a property that we're putting on the market in June, and he was asking how much is it going to rent for, and I told him $2,400, and it's a $2,600 square foot house.
Mm.
So it's under the average.
It's gonna go fast then.
So so it's kind of crazy, but that's roughly what the CMA brought in
Yeah,
that area, and
that is
it's
just
still
appropriate.
Alamo Ranch, not Alamo Ranch, Weber Ranch and stuff. So
And it's still appropriate though, which is what's
Yes.
crazy.
yeah, that's an appropriate price, but it's still not the average.
Mm.
So,
But the average, that's based on those smaller homes.
right.
That
True.
brings up the price. So yeah.
I was told by somebody you want to keep rental prices right where military's BAH is.
Yeah, I
Right.
can't do that no more. No, seriously, you can't.
You really
because unless you're doing the BAH for just officers.
I know.
Enlisted
Can't.
BAHs too.
Yeah.
We're all speaking enlisted here. We're previous enlisted. We know what enlisted BAH is like.
Yeah.
All right. So this one's gonna be yours, Belinda's next.
Aw.
Aw.
So the days on average on market for rentals was 37 days. That's up from last year, which was 35, and it's up from last month, which was like 19, I think it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
19, 20 something. But that's kind of the norm for that time of year. People don't move a whole lot at that particular time.
Yeah, because
I think we're gonna-
everybody's, school's ending soon and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and people are like buckling down.
Yes, we're going to see that number, I think, dip over the next couple of months because people are moving
Summer.
with school letting out so they can get to the new school districts and PCS season. So if you are in the
Yeah.
market to find a rental,
Witness protection.
Witness protection.
And I'm thinking it's 37 days because rental prices are up.
they
You
went
know?
up really high.
So I
They've been-
think that people are like, what? Because
Yeah, there's like you were saying before, it's kind of sticker shock.
Mhm.
It's going to take them a little bit for them to actually
Realize.
go out and realize that, oh, I guess this is the average prices.
We had one.
True.
We had one tenant that they went from a 1,300 to 1,500 due to property taxes and everything else that I increased on the house. The tenant asked me to wait to think on it. They waited about 7 days, and which really meant that they were going to go look for other offers
Mhm.
or other options. Came back a week later and was like, "Hey, Mr. Alfaro, yeah, we'll take it."
Yeah.
You know, It was like-
I have so the Rettas are helping a past client of mine. They used to live in Westover, not Westover.
San Antonio.
Mm,
Come on.
Well, no, West Creek. And the 2 times I helped them, their rent was 13, 14. Well, now they're like, we want to live in West Creek again. Their
Yeah.
budget is 15, but everything's 18.
Yeah.
So now they're like,
Nice.
we're gonna go live with our parents for a little bit.
yeah.
So I mean, everything's going up.
The prices of rentals really hurt my heart because we haven't seen people's income increase the way that the
Mhm.
housing has increased. So that one, that
What do you mean
hurts.
talking about people getting bonuses now just to get hired?
where
$1,000, whatever. Okay, next slide. My slide.
am I in
Next
the
slide.
wrong career field?
Yeah, no, I'm not my conservative. Hey,
Next slide.
next
Okay.
slide. The average.
Average price. Here we go.
Well, we were just
So
talking.
last
Yeah.
year was almost 1,600, and
Which
we
is-
were and
we
last
were
year we were like, oh my
wow.
gosh. And this year it is 18, and that is very, very reflective of what's going on because people who are telling me I could only afford 13, 14, I'm like, well, then you're living in a duplex or a townhome, because it's 15,
It's-
16
yeah.
for a small house, and then like 2,000 for an average size
I know.
2,000 square foot home. you
Yeah.
know?
And I mean, there's a bunch of different factors playing into this, but it's still like, it just seems so crazy. And property management criteria hasn't changed. You know, you need to show that you make at least 3 times the rent.
Actually, some of that is changing.
Is it? Are
To
you
4
noticing? To
times
4
the-
times?
Wow.
I mean,
Which
I
is
was just-
crazy.
helping a single military person, and it's just them, you know, but they can't afford $1,800 a month
Yeah.
because it's just them. They can't, you know, even if they could in their paycheck, you know, it's just they would not qualify.
Then they're
Yeah.
living in
A lot of property management companies
We
are,
managed to find her something very nice. Thank
are
you.
switching to 4 times the rent, and they're also increasing their credit score criteria
Wow.
to above 600 and
See, that's going to
Plus-
hurt a lot of people
and
that
that
are
one-
renters, you know.
Yeah.
That 1 year of COVID collecting rent, kind of not collecting rent, I think that threw a huge wrench into
Yeah.
the property management industry
Yeah.
and owners and investors alike. So now there is concern.
I don't know if we're going to see this, how this one is going to play out. It tends to follow the trends of the housing, the buying and selling market. However, you know, with the tax rates going up and everything like that, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I foresee it doing the same thing. It's going to increase for summer,
today.
and then it's going to just go
19.
down a little bit, and then it's going to we're going to
prediction.
see the level out. We're going to see it level out, but it'll go up another
I
$100 or so before it
Yeah.
levels out.
I cannot imagine it going up anymore if people in San Antonio do not get increases in their pay, because then only professionals will be able to afford this. Your person that works, your middle class person, is not going to be able to keep up with these prices.
Let's
yeah.
let's mark it down to check this again in December. It's going to rise.
And finishing off the slides here, we're talking about the interest rates. So that's the interest rates from Freddie Mac as of today, the 30 years at 5.25. So increasing it, if you can see the month to month coming from 3% or low 3s or high 2s to now at 5.25%.
Yep.
So
And we know a lot of
And-
great lenders. So if you want to talk to somebody and kind of
Yes.
see where you stand on it, because again, these are going back to
Once again,
normal rates.
No.
but these are still great rates
They
though.
really
If you
are,
can get a
yeah.
5%, that's still a really, you can't
that's
always
an arm.
compare it to
Oh, yeah, we
No.
want arm.
no, it's
5%.
Oh,
It's fixed rate.
5%. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, 5% at 30 years.
I don't
That's-
want. I would not encourage anybody at least. Let me.
That's still a great rate. Because I foresee the rates going to at least closer to 8 or 9, according to some of like Bloomberg and some of the other
Yeah.
media sources. It's going to go almost up to 9. So if you can still lock it in at 5,
That would feel kind of high.
Yeah.
yeah, if
Yeah.
you can still lock
I
it
hope
at
it doesn't
5,
go to 9.
9% is
But it's
is
been
still,
there before, so
It
Right.
has.
it's not like it's
it's never been there
Yeah.
before, right? It's very cyclical, and I feel we're going to go up to 9. We might be there a year or two, and then we're going to come back down to 6s and 7s, which historically has been more of the norm.
right.
That 6, 7, 8 kind of thing, but we're getting to 9.
Ouch.
We'll see.
We'll
So
play this back in December.
yeah. So anyway, those are the monthly stats for April. Obviously, we'll do. I think there's going to be some changes in May, but we'll see.
I think we're
Yeah.
going to see an increase in everything in May before it.
Mm-hmm.
it
Because we're
kinda
starting the
levels off.
summer
I
months.
mean,
So, yeah. So other than that, we are having for those realtors out there.
Yes.
We're having our rental basics class
Mhm.
tomorrow. That's going to be at University Title. So we have quite a few real estate agents already signed up for that. So if you are working with renters or you want to work with renters, you should come out because we're going to be talking about things that you should be talking to your client about or your rental client about, and different ways of talking to property management companies and some of the standards of property management companies here in San Antonio. So
it's a great class. I got to sit through it with them. Plus, Denise trained me. That's why I'm so good.
And then on Saturday, we're doing our landlord
Yes.
101 class. That's going to be at Align Mortgage on Fairnon, the Fairnon office, the main headquarters for Align Mortgage. That's going to be from 11 to 1. So please, if you are thinking of placing your house on the rental market and you want to manage it yourself, we're pretty much telling you what to do to manage the property so you can stay out of jail.
Yes.
All right. So, like I said before, we like to help and educate individuals, and that's part of the stuff that we do. Of course, we have other seminars, and if you go to our Facebook page or visit us on YouTube, basically you will see all of our seminars that we provide each and every month. So, last thing we want to talk about today
Like boot.
is birthdays.
Nice.
So this is a new thing for us.
We need some music.
Yeah. This is a new
Happy
thing for us. We're
birthday
starting
to
to
you.
put out birthdays, but there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
This is for a week.
This is just for a week. I was trying to do it for the whole month of May,
No,
but I'm like,
no.
oh my gosh, that's too many people. So these are basically people that are on our Facebook that have birthdays.
We're going to do a
this
special
week.
shout out, though, to Mike Retta.
Yep.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Mike Retta.
Happy birthday,
That is-
CFO.
His birthday yesterday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday was his birthday. We went out to dinner with him. He ate this big, gigantic chicken fried steak. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that big. But anyway, yeah, happy birthday, big guy. Of course, this list is kind of separated with all of our people. A lot of the people on the left-hand side are obviously people that I've worked with. The majority of our instructors that were with me at Lackland.
Nice.
And then Alicia and Will were radiology techs with me. Will's still active duty. I think Alicia's still active duty as well too. I haven't talked to her in a while, but will be retiring next month.
Nice.
There's a lot of retirements going on. We're getting to
Next
that
month
age,
will be
guys.
It's that age. Definitely that age.
yeah. And then the rest of the list right there. I don't know if
Yeah.
y'all want to shout out anybody. Cassidy Jackson is a friend of mine and Denise's. I've known him since 1992. a very long time. He was
Wow.
in tech school with me.
Pre
Just
2000.
moved to Dallas area, a little bit north of Dallas and stuff like that. Had dinner with him a couple weeks ago. He came down to San Antonio, had a good time. and
That's
stuff
awesome.
Like that. So
I know Beverly Wilson and I have been friends since 6th grade,
really,
middle school. Yes,
Wow.
Yeah.
she's still in Virginia. She's a teacher there. Amazing woman.
that's awesome.
I went to school with Crystal Fisher, excuse me, and we got our education degree together. And now we're both doing different things.
That's funny. But anyway,
and I'm gonna shout out Kristen Valdez. We spelled it wrong, Valdez.
I'm sorry.
But anyway, we known her for as long as our children have been tiny. She used to be a babysitter.
Oh wow!
And then I worked with her when I taught at Valley High, and now she's all grown up with her own children.
Yeah,
and
isn't that crazy?
yeah. So happy birthday, Kristen.
Well, happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to everybody.
everyone on there.
Mhm.
I hope you have a great birthday day and week.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because some of these individuals, obviously, their birthday is not till this weekend. So we kind of did Monday through Sunday,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? So there's past birthdays and birthdays that are coming up this weekend. So if you're celebrating your birthday this weekend, happy birthday to you. Be careful and have a great day. If
Yes.
it's a belated birthday, then happy
I'm
belated birthday
I-
to you. Hope you had a great day.
I
and you
can't
have a
forget
good
my Uncle
year.
Mickey though too. I saw like I was
Oh,
like, oh,
that's
that's right,
right.
my Uncle Mickey. Yeah,
Uncle
his family.
Mickey.
It's like
Don't forget family. Don't forget family. But anyway, thanks for joining us, and we will see you next week on another Tidbit Thursday. Next week is going to be a good one. We're going to be talking to an electrician,
Mhm.
yes.
talking about continuing our series of buyers with inspections. So
Yes.
we're going to be talking to an electrician about the common things that electricians would see during an inspection report. So, or why you
Find
would
out.
need an
Yeah.
electrician during after an inspection report. I'm slurring my mouth here.
It's because it's time to eat.
It's time to eat. It's time to go. All right, y'all. You have a good week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.